Hey, what's up guys, this is Rock and welcome to Postgame. There's 10 games today, and there were some good ones. There's some milestones that achieved, there was some comebacks happening, and there were some overtime games, so I cannot wait to go over these games. But before we get into the video, please drop a like, subscribe if you guys do enjoy it. It helps out the channel a lot. You're all beautiful. But let's get straight into this video. Alright, the first game we're gonna go over is the Anaheim Ducks versus the St. Louis Blues. It is in St. Louis, and the Ducks have probably been the worst team in hockey recently, and that is not good. Still have not won a regulation game all year. It is just not good on the Anaheim camp. I wonder how Klingberg is feeling. He's joined the team just for the money, and boy, did that backfire on his part. Obviously, he got the money, but he's gonna be golfing soon. So quick start for the Blues. They scored 11 seconds in. Nola Chari, 11 seconds to the game. That is just not a good start for the Ducks, but at least Cam Fowler late in the first period, 20 seconds left, does tie the game. Then it was really back and forth action until the third. Justin Falk on the power play wins it basically for the Blues. And Chari again with 20 seconds left to ice the game out for the St. Louis Blues. Ducks, man, I don't get it, man. Gibson played well today, but so did Binnington. And obviously power play, you can't take that with 4 minutes left in the game. That's just not a good penalty to take, and that's just what ended the game. You know what I mean? Like, you guys got to be more disciplined right there, especially when Gibson actually plays well. You got to take advantage of that, because he hasn't been too great all season. So when he plays well, he still loses. Just very disheartening. You just tell all the guys the morale is just low in the team. That's not very good, especially for the younger guys. But maybe you guys can turn it around, but obviously I don't expect that. But maybe Bedard, that could be a huge pickup for your team. Up next is the Nashville Predators versus the Arizona Coyotes. Predators won this game in a shootout. It was a crazy shootout, goal after goal after goal. Crazy. Then Cody Glass wins it for the Predators. This is a big win for the Predators. They really needed these 2 points, because you got to win against an easy team in the Coyotes. You just have to get those 2 points, especially in a division like the Central. They had 45 shots. Coyotes only had 27. So it was a big game for Ingram on the Coyotes. He stepped up, had 42 saves. He had a really good night. Saros did not play the greatest tonight as well. But once again, playing these younger teams, the worst teams, is sometimes a trap game. It's hard to beat these teams sometimes. But Predators are actually playing pretty damn well recently down the stretch, which is nice, especially on home ice. They've been winning on home ice, which they haven't really did earlier on this season. So I'm glad they turned that around. But they deserved to win this game. They got the result they needed, and these are huge 2 points for the Nashville Predators. Up next is the Bruins versus the Tampa Bay Lightning. Congratulations to Patrice Bergeron for hitting 1,000 points. It's a huge milestone for the guy. He's been one of the greatest captains, just greatest players in the NHL for a long time. And I'm glad he can get the 1,000 points, even though he's a big opposition to the Penguins. You gotta respect greatness, and he is a great person, great captain, great leader for the Bruins. And just getting 1,000 points is a very good achievement. So you gotta give him his props right there, and congratulations to him. And they got the win against a very good Tampa Bay team, which is just a cherry on top for Bergeron and the Bruins. 5-3 win. They're 17-2. They just don't lose, man. They just don't lose. Nick Paul scored early for the Lightning. Krejci scored, Foligno scored, Coyle scored, Marchand, Pasternak, like all different goal scorers for the Bruins. That's just how lethal this team is. Tampa tried to start the comeback late in the third period, but it did not work out for them. They scored twice in the third, but could not finish it off. But Bruins, man, they're just getting everything. They're literally just depth scoring every single game. Ullmark is just playing out of his mind. He outplayed Vasilevsky today. Vasilevsky had a very tough game. But that's the story of the Bruins right now. They're just up and down the lineup. They're perfect. Like, I know it was weird to say, but like, they're perfect right now. They're getting every single thing you could ask for and just going their way. Obviously, I don't expect this. They're not going to go 82, and they're not going to go 80-2 this whole season. So something's going to happen. They're just going to get through that adversity, and I think they will. They'll be just fine. Do they get first in the Atlantic? It's looking like it right now. Up next is the Calgary Flames versus the Philadelphia Flyers. Both these teams have been okay. Flyers have been very bad recently. I expected them to start hot because of the new coach, the way he plays, the way he's going to push these players. I expected them to start hot, and obviously they did, but they've fallen off dramatically, and they're very bad right now. It's just giving up goals after goals after goals. That is not good. And finally, the Flames are getting some consistency. They're scoring a lot of goals, they're winning some games, and they're coming back in the Pacific, which is a very tight race right now too, which is crazy. But Flyers, we don't expect them to do anything anymore. Like, we figured they were going to be bad. Obviously hot start, but it happens, you know what I mean? But Huberdeau, Dubé, Anderson, Coleman, and Lewis, they got all different goal scorers, which is what you love to see as a fan of your team. You love seeing all depth scoring, and just even some of your times your superstars scoring. So you'd love to see that, getting the up and down the lineup scoring, all different lines. Carter Hart had another bad game. He had a really good start to the season, but he's been very bad recently. Obviously, people in front of him have not been the greatest either. And that's the one problem with Hart. He really can't steal a game by himself, and that's one off. Like, sometimes it happens, but he needs the good players in front of him to stop those big chances from happening, or he's really not going to save them. But Flyers, you can't expect anything. Just keep developing players and maybe get Bedard. Obviously, I hope not, but you got to give props to the Flames for a big win. They needed these 2 points. Up next is the Carolina Hurricanes versus the Winnipeg Jets. Jets won this game 4-3 in overtime. Hurricanes had a huge comeback in the third period, scoring 3 goals in the last 4 minutes of the game. Jets just tore down defensively. He gave up a lot of goals to their star players on the Hurricanes. You can't do that if you're the Jets. You're winning this entire game, playing pretty good defensively. You had a good Riddick was playing pretty decent until the end of the game, and damn, bro. But even Kochev, I can't say his name. Kochev. I'm sorry, Kochekov. I think that's what it is. He did not have a great game today, but hey, he's young. It's gonna happen. Jets just lost their last game to the Penguins. They wanted some vengeance and come out hot, and that's exactly what they did. They got shut out the last game, and they were not gonna let that happen again. And clearly, it did not. Pierre-Luc Dubois scored. I don't know how to say this guy's name. Yesimont. I don't know who you are, but he scored his first goal of the year, and Josh Morrissey also did as well. And he also scored the overtime winner. So Josh Morrissey, big game today for the Jets. Hey, you got to give props to the Hurricanes. They did not back out. They're not back down 3-0. They scored 3 6-on-5 goals, which is just absolutely crazy. You really never see that. You never really see that at all. And they did it, but they did end up getting short. That'd been actually a huge victory just for the morale of the team. Coming back from 3 down with 5 minutes left to win it overtime, but obviously that did not happen. But they'll take this point. The point could go really far, because who knows, this Metro could get very tight soon. But huge point for the Hurricanes, but a big win for the Jets. They really needed this. I did not expect them to win this game against a very good Hurricane team, and that's exactly what they did, even with Hellebuyck out, which is awesome. Big win for the Jets. Up next is the Colorado Avalanche versus the Dallas Stars. It was in Dallas. Colorado won this game 3-2 in overtime. I'm so glad we got some overtime action. Obviously, they didn't score in overtime, but I just love overtime, man, especially with good teams. It's just crazy to watch. Damn, Jason Robertson has 14 goals this season. He is so good. We might even need to start the discussion for him being top 10 right now in the NHL. He's just crazy good. Kelmas Carr also scored. That's just what he does, you know what I mean? Especially on the power play, that's what he does. And Alex Newhook, which they do need him to step up, because obviously, because his line definitely needs to start scoring, because that's just going to elevate the Avalanche even more. Like I said, guys, Robertson is so good. He's just carrying this Dallas Stars team, and you got to give props to Andre. He played a very good game as well. Same with Georgiev. He had a very good solid start again, which is, he's been doing that recently. So if he can keep this up, Colorado is once again a Stanley Cup contender. Even though without him playing super well, they're obviously a Stanley Cup contender. But if he's playing really well, like, they'll be like 100% favorites. Which, who knows what happens. But Andre, he's just a reliable goalie, man. He's going to keep doing what he does. Obviously, he has one little off game once in a while. You can't really expect that from the guy. But Dallas Stars will take the point. Tied it up with 30 seconds left, did Robertson. So you got to take the point against a very good Avalanche team. You did lose on home ice. It is what it is. I expected you guys not even to get a point here, but you guys ended up doing it, which is awesome, and you'll take that. And it might go really far. Who knows? Up next is the Edmonton Oilers versus the New Jersey Devils. They did it again. 13 wins in a row. New Jersey Devils win again against a pretty good Oilers team. I did predict this, so I did think that the Oilers defense were not going to play good, and that's exactly what happened. Goaltender Skinner was not there at all, and Devils took advantage of it. Their offense right now is just rolling, just insane right now. Literally everything is going right. Power play, even just 5-on-5, they're scoring the puck. Rat scores again. Mercer, Severson, Tatar, and Sharangovich, all 5 different goal scorers. You just love to see that, man. You love to see that's just showing you all 4 lines can score on this team, and even special teams, man. It happens. Like, it's just crazy. Nugent Hopkins and Draisaitl scored for the Oilers, so their star players did score as well. The third period, they almost tied it up, so Nugent Hopkins made it a 1-goal game, but after that, Tatar and Sharangovich ended the game for the Devils. Yeah, but like I said, Skinner did not have a good game. 821 save percentage, not very good. But if you look on the other side, Vanacek again, 933 save percentage. He played very well for this Devils team. Like, them and the Bruins right now are just crazy stories. Like, who expected this? I didn't expect it from the Bruins, but I'd expect it more from the Bruins than the Devils. And I've talked to Devils fans, like, they didn't expect this to happen. And obviously, they don't care. 13 in a row is crazy. I'm just hoping there's not an end of season collapse of this team, because that would just be horrible, because the fans deserve it. They haven't really given the fans too much to cheer about in the last couple years. So now 13 game streak, like now they're just on the high of highs. I just don't want them to something happen and miss playoffs somehow, or someone gets hurt. I don't want that to happen. That'd be the worst case scenario for the Devils. But you got to give them props as they're doing it right now. They just beat a really good team in the Oilers, and they're beating some good teams recently. It's not like they're playing booty teams and they're not playing good. Like, they're playing solid. If you look at this team, they're the best offense in the NHL right now. They're just rolling 4 lines, have all the confidence in the world. This Devils team is the real deal. Up next is the New York Islanders versus the Toronto Maple Leafs. Islanders won this game 3-2 in overtime. Barzal had an opportunity to score again. He had like a wide open net, but he passed it. I was hoping he scored again, because I just want to be bright that if he scores once, he can score multiple, and he just didn't shoot. I don't know why. But either way, the Islanders did get the win. I know obviously Tavares is not super happy about this. At least it wasn't in Long Island, or he'd be getting just roasted and stuff like that. But Dobson scored. Tavares did score. So did Matthews. Josh Bailey tied it up late in the third. Then Anthony Belivier won the game in overtime. Calgary did play for the Maple Leafs, so maybe that was a little obviously it was a goalie difference, because they had Sorokin top 3 goalie NHL versus a young Calgary who really is an NHL type of goalie. So it's a good point for the Maple Leafs, because obviously it could have gone either way, but Sorokin is the better goalie, and he did show that today. He played very, very well today, and you got to give props to them, and obviously got to give props to the Islanders for not backing down and tying it up late, then winning it in overtime against a tough Toronto team. 3-on-3, you don't want to really play against the Maple Leafs, and they did and won this game, which is a well-needed 2 points for the Islanders in this tough Metro division. Up next is the San Jose Sharks versus the Ottawa Senators, and just more struggles for the Senators. They're just playing super, super bad. Cam Talbot played one of the worst games I've ever seen in the NHL. He had a .571 save percentage. He let in 3 goals on 7 shots. It is not good with only 4 saves. Forsberg came in, had a very, very good game, .957 save percentage, but Kakkonen had a great night, and he stole the show like I expected him to do with the Sharks. .974 save percentage, 37 saves. Huge win for him and the Sharks. They had a huge second period. It was 1-1 going into the second. 3 goals for the Sharks basically ended this game, and Couture ices it out in the third period. Huge win for the Sharks. They needed this on home ice, and now they're ahead of the Senators. Senators are playing super, super bad. No one expected this, to be honest. Like, we expect them to be competing for the playoffs, because they should be. Their team is very, very good. But today, the Sharks outclassed them. Kakkonen saved the day for the Sharks. Up next is the Vegas Golden Knights versus the Vancouver Canucks. Crazy third period, by the way, but both goalies did not play well today. Thompson and Demko. For some reason, Demko is just not there this year. I don't know why. Thompson, he had an off game. It does not usually happen for him, but he'll take the win for sure. Knights won this game 5-4. It was 2-1 Vegas at the end of the second. Then a quick third period for the Canucks. They scored 3 quick goals early in the third to make it 4-2. Then they throw it away. Knights score 2 unanswered goals, basically 3. The refs took it away. That, honestly, that goal, I don't know who scored the 5th one, but the Knights scored quick after Riley Smith tied it up. That should have been a goal, hit the camera, and they said they should have stopped it over. I think that was a bad call, and the puck does not lie. As you can see, Alex Pietrangelo did score the game winner, 5-4 for the Golden Knights. I didn't like that call. I didn't like them even going to Toronto, and Toronto saying no. Like, no, things happen, man. I get it. You shouldn't have blown the whistle. They called it back, and the puck does not lie. And the Knights deserved to win this game, and they did win this game. But Canucks, you can't go up 4-2 after scoring quick 3 unanswered goals in the third period. You got to get the momentum. You have the momentum. You can't let the Knights do that. Carrier scores, Riley Smith scores, and Pietrangelo with the game winner. Carrier with 2 goals, which is crazy from him, and Mark Stone as well. Big game for the Golden Knights. That's a huge win. That's a huge win, especially losing last game in Edmonton in overtime, I'm pretty sure. So huge win for the Knights, getting back in the win column. But Canucks, man, the defense is not there. Demko, I don't know what's wrong with you guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy, please drop a like, subscribe, and hit the bell. And thank you all for being here. Much love. You're all beautiful. And subscribe, motherfuckers.